tunji
min
min azabin alim. Tu'minuna billahi wa rasulihi wa tujahiduna fi sabilillahi bi amwalikum wa anfusikum dzalikum khairul lakum in kuntum ta'lamun.
Continue by having learning pray, Dihan.
And now let's pray our new pray. Our new pray. Ini saya yang lead mem gitu mem.
Learning pray. Raditu billahi rabba.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asrofil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi washabbihi ajmain. Allahumma zidna ilma warzuqna fahma waj'alna minas solihin. Amin.
Okay, then we have another pray. The session belongs to character pray. And now, yeah, we are inviting Nurul Ramadhani to lead the pray. Yeah, reading the character pray from the first page only. First page only. Yeah. Did you check it, Nurul? Nurul, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Read the character pray. Sorry? Nurul?
Yes, ma'am. Yang doa pembentukan karakter itu, ma'am.
Sorry, your voice is quiet, low. Can you make a louder one?
Yang doa pembentukan karakter tuh, ma'am.
Iya. Doa yang tadi sudah saya share.
Ya Allah, ikhlaskanlah hati kami untuk belajar karenamu. Jangan hanya untuk mengejar nilai, mendapat ijazah, mencari kerja, dapat uang banyak, berumah tangga, dapat anak dan cucu, lalu mati. Kami sadar hidup yang demikian sangatlah gersang dan menjadikan hidup kurang bermakna. Ya Allah, jadikanlah belajar kami menjadi ibadah. Hindarkan kami dari datang terlambat, belajar karena terpaksa, belajar karena ingin imbalan. Ya Allah, hindarkanlah diri kami dari perbuatan melawan orang tua, melawan dosen, menceritai orang lain atau ghibah, meremehkan teman, mengejek teman. Gerakan hati kami untuk menolong teman dan kami persahabatan yang Ya Allah, karena kami orang yang jujur, sabar, tidak iri dan tidak dengki, kami dan tidak suka menyakiti hati orang, diri tidak mementingkan diri sendiri. Bagi kami yang sholat itu penentu perbuatan baik lainnya. Ya Allah, doronglah kami untuk melaksanakan amalan hari mingguan tahunan yang ditentukan oleh Rasul Muhammad SAW. Melaksanakan ibadah dan kepercayaan kami. Ya Allah, dan diri kami selalu mau bersedekah terhadap orang lain, selalu bersih dan harus berkenaan doa sesungguhnya Engkau Maha mendengar lagi Maha melihat.
Okay, thank you, Nurul. Okay, after having the character pray, we do expecting that everybody can have a better character day by day, so that your learning process is not only for getting a formal eligible of your title, but also for having a better purpose of learning. Okay, well, how are you, everybody?
Fine, ma'am. I'm
Um,
fine, ma'am.
Good, ma'am.
You got cough, Dihan?
A little influenza.
Yeah, try to consume some vitamin C. Wish that you can get a recovery soon.
Yeah, I will, ma'am. Thank you for.
Rahmadia, are you fine? Rahmadia? Rahmadia?
If I turn right.
You look good, Dihan. You look good.
Thank you, ma'am. Good, like.
Yeah, you look good. Yeah, spending time at home, you look much better today. Rahmadia, are you
But I'm
fine?
getting fat.
Okay, the
It's
agenda
not.
for today is for having a discussion about the problems in conveying public speaking based on your research analysis. Everybody, please check your journal that we discussed in the previous meeting. Journal.
Journal.
Okay, did you open your journal?
I did, ma'am.
Jurnalnya tur gitu. Untuk ini lah, protein. Hah? Ada. Mati-mati kamu kan episode dan kasih tapi itu sudah berarti banyak.
Jumpa, Mem.
Apa?
Lupa di mana ditertak.
Kenapa aja?
Hilang, Mem. Jurnalnya nggak tahu di mana. Jurnal aja nggak ketemu.
Ajeng kan ada kirim ke email. Coba cek di email.
Bentar, Mem.
Oh, bukan ini waktu misalnya kan nggak dari depan vektor ke kanan itu di ruang itulah di ruang itu ada mulai dari apa ke kanan gitu ada bukan itu
Oh, ada, Mem.
Okay, well, based on the topic of today discussions, we are going to have a further discussion about speakers' obstacle in conveying speech and what we are going to discuss based on your journal analysis. Yeah, that's why you need to cross-check and do some review. Yeah, from your journal. Okay. Yeah, we are having the agenda of journal analysis. Last meeting, I got some statement from one of your classmates about the main problem from doing the task, and that meeting is about low understanding of what critical journal review is. What you really need to do in the critical journal review, number one is you need to check the title. Okay, after you check the title, you really need to know about the writer or the author, and then the year of publish. Okay, then check the abstract to get the summary from the content of the journal. Okay, and what else? You also have the background. Okay, you have the background. You also have the background. Then in the background, you will find out the purpose of that research title. Then the problem as the basic reason why the writer write the research and do the research, write the report or finding of the research, and then the methodology. Okay, the methodology, how to get the data, and also you need to do the review of the references. Yeah, references, how many quotes are taken by the researcher, I mean, and then the finding, how clear the writer, okay, display the finding. And then you also need to know further about the correlation between the finding and also the title. So sometimes some writers writing about the title, but the finding is not strongly correlate with what actually the writer wrote in the title and what the writer wrote in the finding. Okay. Okay. Here I'm going to write to you two purposes of doing this journal analysis. Okay, the first purposes we have lecturer reference. Please mute the very noisy voice of yours. Who are really crowded actually? Who are really make a very crowded voice? Please control it. Okay, there are two purposes of analyzing scientific journals. Number one is lecture references. Okay. Number one is about lecture reference. In this case, we have public speaking. Yeah, the subject is a public speaking. So we have a real phenomenon of public speaking. And then the second is as your research. Research recommendation. Yeah, are you with me now? Please switch on your video so that I can really know that you are with me now. Switch on everybody, switch on the video. Okay. So there are two purposes of analyzing scientific journals. Number one is lecture reference. For this portion, we have public speaking, real phenomenon, which means that beside we are learning and discussing about the theory of public speaking, some basic supporting aspect to get a better performance of public speaking. Okay, we also have a real reference. So from that research, you can get so many references related to the topic of public speaking. So how actually the public speaking implemented, the barrier problems, and also the implementation, the solution you can get from what you read from the journal. Then the second of all is about the research recommendation. You are now in the 5th semester, aren't you? Aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah. In the 5th semester means that you will not take too long for having the moment of proposing your research title, because in the beginning of 7th semester you will get the chance to propose your research title. Then you will begin to write your research proposal. So before you got that moment means that one more semester after today, because today you already in the 5th semester. After 6th semester you will begin everything about research. So by having this discussion of journal analysis, probably it can really help you to know further what actually really need to be research about public speaking. So perhaps you also can get so many ideas what you can really do as a further research. So from reading the journal, at the end of the journal, some writers mostly propose or make the summary of what actually really need to be done in the further research. I mean that sometimes it's not all cases can be done in the research, so that the researcher will recommend you to do a further research, a wider or a deeper research about the same topic. That's why today in this classroom you have it's about 8 students, means that you also have a topic of public speaking. Who knows that you can understand this, and then you also can get some recommendation, so that from that reading journal, doing the critical review, you can get some ideas to propose your title related to the public speaking. Particularly for you who are really good in speaking, I do support you to propose this topic. Yeah, some your previous student or former student who already as graduates from this department, some of them also took this topic as their research proposal. Okay, is it clear for a brief explanation about what actually the critical review journal and what is actually the urgency and the significant thing as a basic reason why you really need to do a further lecture about the critical journal review? I mean that as a lecturer, I really need to facilitate you to read and try to comprehend the journal as your reference. And then the second of all, I also really need to prepare you to uh, make a strong preparation for you yourself. I mean that it's not only waiting for the instruction from the lecturer, but you also can independently do your personal learning about a journal review. Okay, is it clear for this? Suyanti, you just joined here. How are you, Suyanti?
Yes, ma'am, I'm okay.
Sorry, why it's so crowded, Suyanti?
I'm okay, ma'am.
Hello, Suyanti.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's so crowded. Okay. Nurul, can you get my point? Nurul, please switch on. Okay, do you clear with my explanation?
Yes,
Is it
ma'am.
okay? What about you, Eki?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it clear?
Masih bingung sih sebenarnya, ma'am.
Yeah, which one, which part that which part that make you really confused with my explanation?
Tentang jurnal itu tadi, ma'am, masih bingung.
Yeah, which part? Probably you may try to write in the chat if you think that it's quite hard to respond verbally or spokenly. Which one that Eki feel, which part, I mean, that you are not really clear with that explanation?
Yang tentang poin-poin tentang critical journal tadi, ma'am.
But
Aku
what?
masih
Sorry?
bingung.
Pardon? Pardon, Eki?
Poin dari itu. Ya, ma'am?
Point about what? I cannot get your voice clearly. Yeah, please
Dari
speak.
critical journal.
Yeah, about critical journal. Which one that you do not understand? Which one, Eki? Yeah, did you read well for the whole content of your journals?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Eki, you may share your journal to the slide. Yeah, can you share your journal so that I can really guide you how to do the analysis and have a deep understanding from your reading comprehension of the journal? Because if we are not having a good comprehension of reading the journal, it's also quite hard for you to do the analysis, particularly to do the journal review. Yeah, agree or not that actually nowadays you are really need to practice, yeah, to practice to do a very good comprehension in reading, because to face the pace pace or the moment of writing research, you cannot make a good writing if you are not strong or you are not really capable in doing a good reading comprehension. So it means that the point of your power in writing a research is based on your based on your quality of reading. If you are good in reading, you have many collection of reading, it will support you to have a good writing on your research in the future. Yeah, that's why you really need to make sure that you yourself having a good quality, a good capability in reading comprehension. If you still remember, I even handled for this subject for you, right? In the past about reading comprehension. If you still remember how hard it is, I mean, it's not as simple as you think. So that you really need to practice further. Okay, so clear, Eki?
Clear, ma'am.
Yeah, so we will begin to share your journal. Did you do your journal analysis? Did you write it for your journal analysis?
Ada, ma'am, tapi di laptop.
Yeah, you may share it.
Hmm.
Yeah, you may share it here so everybody in this room can see it, and then we can discuss further what is the content, right? What is the main problems? Yeah, if I just explain to you about the theory how to do a journal review meanwhile, without having a real sample, I'm afraid that some of you will have misunderstanding of this. I'm afraid that you just thinking theoretically, meanwhile practically you cannot do the analysis. Or probably, Wika, are you done with your analysis, Wika? Wika?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, are you done with your analysis, journal analysis?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can you share it to us, please? Will you?
Ini waktu di-share, only the host can share in this meeting.
Yeah, I will.
Cuma ma'am yang bisa.
Yeah, don't worry. I will do a better thing. Wait for a while. Okay, now you are allowed to share your materials of the analysis. Yeah, everybody, please make sure that you are switch on your video. Suyanti, Rahmadia.
Oh, I need to turn on the lights.
Ma'am, I can share it. I don't know why.
Yes?
I can share this.
Yeah, what's the matter? What's the matter?
I don't know. I can put it in on my phone. The journal is in my laptop.
Yeah, you may operate your Zoom meeting from your laptop. Why not? Use your hotspot or Wi-Fi. Yeah, everybody, please write in the chat forum about the title of your journal. While we are waiting for Wika share screen, now please write the journal title of your research. I mean, research on your journal.
Di
Yeah,
mana, Mem?
chat.
Mau kosong.
Yeah, Sally, please write your journal title.
Title. Shit.
Okay, Wika. Hello, Wika. Are you there?
Ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Try to read your title.
Speaking and motivating ESL learners to overcome speech anxiety.
Yeah. So this is the basic as the implementation, yeah. The journal title means that touching about the implementation of public speaking. So here, right, you may analyze from the title means that the use of public speaking and motivating means that there is a problem. Yeah, we can try to interpret from the topic or the title of journal what actually the writer really means from the title, because title also really important. I'm going to emphasize and remind you that when you are writing a research, number one that you have to do is not talking about the title, but number one is to understand and to determine the topic. Can you compare the differences between topic and title? Topic means in Bahasa Indonesia, when you are learning the subject of Bahasa Indonesia, we call it as tema. Title, we understand it as judul. So judul and tema, title and topic is quite different. Do you know the differences between them? Do you know the differences between title and topic? Topic or theme? Yeah, theme, tema, theme. Do you know the differences? Nurul? Nurul Ramadhani? Do you know the differences between topic or theme and title?
Topik apa ya? I confuse me.
Hmm? Sorry?
Topik itu apa ya? Ini.
Yeah. For example, I give you, this is the sample, yeah, before we do a deeper analysis about journal title. This is a very simple sample to you. For example, a title of a composition is about in Bahasa Indonesia about bunga di kampung, bunga desa. Bunga desa. What is coming to your mind when you read a composition with the title Bunga di Kampung Desa? Huh? When
Bunga yang ada di suatu desa, Mem.
yeah, when the title is Bunga Desa, what is coming to your mind? Kalau judul sebuah tulisan Bunga Desa.
Oh, jadi topiknya Mem itu gadis yang paling cantik di desa itu gitu.
Gadis
desa.
cantik, gadis cantik
Yang ada di desa itu. Desa.
Berarti maknanya
Itu
adalah seorang gadis, ya kan? Berarti temanya
iya,
tentang gadis, ya kan? Gadis perawan. Nah, gadis kembang desa, bunga desa. Nah, tapi judulnya menggunakan kata bunga. Nah, itu kan membedakan antara judul dan topik. temanya tentang gadis desa yang cantik, yang masih perawan. Pasti perawan konotasinya kalau dia dikatakan gadis desa atau bunga desa. Nah, kan bukan berarti judulnya menulis tentang bunga, berarti temanya juga tentang bunga. Nah, itu harus dipahami antara judul dan tema itu berbeda. Makanya nanti ketika membaca jurnal, perhatikan baik-baik antara kesesuaian judul dan konten. Apakah kata-kata yang dipilih dalam judul dianalisis sesuaikah dengan kontennya. Begitu juga nanti kalau kalian mau mengajukan proposal penelitian di semester 7, itu yang harus dicari tahu adalah temanya dulu. The topic of your research, topiknya apa? Yang mau diteliti tentang apa? Kalau yang mau diteliti tentang public speaking itu apa sih isu-isunya yang harus diteliti? Begitu, baru nanti mengarah ke title. Jadi bukan title duluan yang dicari, baru kamu mengembangkan ide. Ya, mudah-mudahan bisa menjadi bekal ya untuk kalian semua ketika nanti mengajukan judul penelitian. Ya, back again to the slide karena sudah ajan ya, kita singkat saja. The use of public speaking in motivating ESL learners to overcome speech anxiety. Coba dilihat dari judulnya, kira-kira di situ mengangkat problem apa? Judul dulu kita analisis.
Kecemasan.
Kecemasan. Kecemasan? Kecemasan dalam apa?
Dalam public speaking. Kecemasan yang berlebihan dalam public speaking.
Coba cermati baik-baik judulnya.
Kegunaan manfaat public speaking untuk memotivasi pelajar supaya tidak cemas benar berlebihan.
Speech di situ maknanya apa?
Berbicara.
Iya. Ya. Jadi speech tidak sepenuhnya maknanya pidato ya. Jadi misalkan sering ujaran yang digunakan delivering speech, bukan berarti semua ketika menemukan kata speech berarti itu berpidato, tapi speech berbicara. Nah, jadi tadi sepertinya ada dua ya. Punya si Ajeng juga judulnya Go Down ya. Go down from the level. Jadi biasanya kalau kita kuliah di sini in our department, the lower level belongs to speaking, right? And then the higher level belongs to public speaking. Yeah, learning in the basic about speaking in general, then we are going to get more specific discussing about public speaking. But here it is go down. It is a little bit go down. How the implementation of public speaking, yeah, can overcome the problem of speech anxiety. Yeah, speech means speaking here. And there we also find out ESL learners. What is ESL learners? Means what is
English
the
as
long
second
term?
language.
Yeah, English as a second language. What does it mean by English as a second language?
Bahasa kedua setelah bahasa utama, Mem.
For example,
kita ngomong sekarang pakai bahasa Indonesia, tapi we also can speak English for international language.
Bisa dibilang sebagai bahasa wajib juga gitu, Mem. Karena ada bahasa kedua.
Good. Yeah. What Ajeng said is good, but it will be more complete and from the answer, Dihan answer. Yeah. So it is like a legal, yeah, legal. The language already got the legalized formal language from one countries. So the position or the status of the language belongs to the country's policy. Yeah, to place the language, whether the language become a second language or foreign language. So if second language is like a responsibility, it has an obligation for the citizen to use the language as an alternative language as the second priority from the main language. So it has an obligation and a legality. It is has a legality from the countries. Yeah, it called as a second language. So like for example, from the manual book, when they are learning, having a materials book, the book can be used from the first language, such as like for example, like us in Indonesia, all the materials book using Indonesian language and also English language. Like in Philippines, if you get some magazine in Philippines, in magazine, mostly they use English language in the magazine. So that's why it can be called the English as a second language. But what about in Indonesia? It is also, can we call it as a second language?
Oh, no, we can't, ma'am.
Why? Why we cannot? Why we cannot place? Because because the dominant language and the legacy in our country is still use Indonesia. Yes, and the second language is our mother language. Back to our tribes. What kind of tribes are you coming from? What kind of ethnic are you classified? This it can be as your second language. Yeah. So that's why English as a foreign language, because we just learn it in the formal school. Meanwhile, in daily activity, probably we have a very small portion or small number of people who are using language in daily activity, but it's a very small numbers, not the general numbers. But if mostly Indonesian people will use English as second language, for example, when they are going to the doctor, they communicate to the doctor by using English. They are going to the whole public places by using English, and then beside they use Indonesian, we can call it as English as a second language. Okay. Why I try to make sure that everybody in this room really understand about second language and foreign language, because you also have a subject of second language acquisition, and also in implementing your learning process later on in the classroom, the method, the technique in teaching for a perspective of English as second language or English as a learning process. Uh, it has a very different perception. So second language or foreign language, the strategy will be different. So that you really need to emphasize to make sure that you can really has an understanding how to differ between English as second language and English as a foreign language. Okay, back again to the topic. I mean, we really need to discuss this, the whole contents of this journal, so you can analyze it, and after that we can break. I mean, so you can go to do your praying, Salat Asar. Okay, Wika, can you show a bigger slide, please? Because I am not able to read the introduction. It's too small, I think. Wika, are you there? Okay. Next. Okay. Nurul, please write down in the chat the main headline or the main explanation from me, such as like foreign language and second language, then how to differ between the topic and a title, and also how the way to analyze. Nurul, can you do it? Nurul? Nurul, are you there? Nurul? Okay, from the introduction, Wika, can you show what actually the main problem? Can you read it for us? Yep. Just read the main problem come up.
This paper, read.
Yeah, just read based on your comprehension. Try to sum up.
Amen.
Yeah, the problem. What is actually the main problem that the writer really want to overcome?
This journal would be discussing about the use of public speaking, problem faced by ESL learners in public speaking, speech anxiety among ESL learners in speaking English, and theories relate to motivation in communication skills. Speaking skills in English is becoming more crucial in the globalization era. Most ESL students are facing problems, especially in speaking skills, as they are lacking of confidence. In time of globalization, English has appeared to be a universal language to link people from different backgrounds around the world. The main purpose people learn English is to be able to communicate with each other regardless of their first language. However, the use of English has become an essential need not only for routine life but also for official communication.
Okay, well, I try to open the question to the floor. I open the question to the floor. According to you, right, the problems of speakers, right, in communication, right, because this is we have to limit, right, limit the portion of our discussion. That the title limit on ESL, English as Second Language learners, means that pembelajarnya adalah siswa yang di negaranya menerapkan bahasa Inggris sebagai bahasa kedua. The question is, according to you, if related to the self-confidence and speaking, is it similar between the learners which has an English as a foreign language and English as a second language? What is the differences according to your perception?
English foreign language sama apa?
English as a second language. From the journal of Wika Journal, the problem appear is about confidence, but right, it is limited. It is limited to the ESL learners. ESL learners, English as a second language. Is it similar? The problem appear with the students, right, who has a problem in speaking as well, such as self-confidence, if the position of English as foreign language. Do you get some ideas? What is the differences from the problems faced by students? Can you imagine? You are now as a student from the countries who place English as a foreign language. Does the problem are similar or same between the students and in having countries which place English as foreign language, or students which has English as second language, ESL, EFL learners. Does the confidence between ESL learners and EFL learners are similar or same?
Not, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me more, please.
Salah. Aduh, connect.
Yeah, drink some
Bahasa
water.
Indonesia.
Yeah, it's okay.
Kalau English as foreign language bisa lihat dari di Indonesia sendiri kayak gini, Miss, masih bertarung sama confidence kan, masih takut salah. Tapi kalau misalkan udah as second language, emang ya mereka kadang ngomong pun di sehari-hari juga dimix kan sama bahasa Inggris kayak di keluarga. Jadi nggak yang bukan hal yang asing lagi untuk berbicara bahasa Inggris di negara
Kutuakan nih botolnya.
foreign language kayak sekarang kayak kita ngomong bahasa Inggris di depan orang nggak dalam hal belajar aja, tapi kayak kita ngobrol pakai bahasa Inggris aja orang masih kayak aneh gitu, masih asing gitu.
So,
Jadi untuk confidence di negara yang menjadikan bahasa Inggris itu foreign language itu masih
okay, good, Ajeng. Yeah, we are waiting for another comment.
Ya, gini mem, semua orang kan juga punya masalah terhadap kepercayaan diri, ya. Apalagi sebagai IFL, terkadang aja kalau kita mau pick up dengan bahasa yang main language saja kayak ya sedikit mengalami masalah, apalagi kalau dengan menggunakan English as a foreign language ya. Jadi kalau untuk student yang sebagai bahasa Inggrisnya sebagai bahasa keduanya seharusnya lebih mudah lah, karena ya they are practice a lot than EFL learners.
Yeah, would you tell us clearly? I mean that, would you mention the numbers of problems probably? The points. Yeah, because what you mentioned just now is just quite surface, right? It's just quite surface or general. Can you mention in detail? I mean, what if it is not similar? So what is actually the main differences? The main differences among ESL and EFL speakers' confidence. What actually the problems, as the main problems faced by the learners in speaking?
confidence, man.
Yeah,
main
still about
problemnya tuh ya udah intinya confidence, man. Udah nggak confidence aja kalau misalkan masih foreign language kan, English foreign language itu masih nggak se-confidence yang second language gitu. Nggak bisa jelasinnya, bingung.
Yeah, that's why make it in detail.
Aduh, nggak connect, ya Allah. Dihan. Lu cepatlah jawab.
Ya,
ya main problemnya sih ya confidence.
Oh alah, sama aja.
Yeah, the topic of our discussion is confidence. Like what Wika delivered just now, Wika convey from the explanation what is actually as the introduction. Yeah, from the introduction, yeah, see, look at the slide. What we really need to find out in the introduction really need to write about the background of the research, the reason why the writer write the research. Yeah. So the reason why the writer write the research, one of them, the writer should write what actually the problem really want to be solved by the writer. What actually the problem really want to be solved by the writer. So in the introduction, you should have two things. Number one is the standard. Number two is the problem. So between standard and problems, problems means that the standard that cannot be achieved, right? Cannot be achieved based on the standard. So an achievement is called as gap. So you really need to analyze from the background whether there is a gap or not, whether the writers write about the problem or not, right? For example,
Lulus
like
yang
here you can read for a while. Before we discuss detailedly about the analysis from the introduction, let me give you a brief explanation about actually what is the detailed things we really need to understand to get differences between problem faced by ESL or EFL. If from ESL, the problem is just the confidence how to convey, the ideas from the speakers, right? Yeah, try to notice for this. The problem from EFL learners in delivering the speech is about the confidence and sharing the ideas, the way to share the ideas, the way to make sure the audience can understand and get the same understanding as what the speaker really wants to convey. Okay, clear for EFL, for ESL, I mean, is it clear?
Can you repeat it, ma'am?
Yeah, for EFL, the main problem is only about the confidence and conveying the content, in conveying the content, or to make sure that the audience or the listener has the same understanding from what actually the speaker want to give some ideas. So what is coming from what is coming from the speaker's mind are able to be caught by the listener. Okay, so that is the main problems of the speakers barriers NEFL. Only the way to make sure, right? The way to make sure the listener able to understand. So that it's quite hard to build the confidence because sometimes the speakers lose ideas, right? By having the eyes contact of audience, right? The problem is about how the way to overcome the anxiety, but it's only about the performance from the outside performance. I mean that the aspect is about something like what we call in the aspect of language, sorry, uh, metaphysics, something like metaphysics, and then sorry, I am a little bit missing for this, but I mean that it is just a performance outside of the aspect. Just the problem is about the confidence, the outer performance. It's not the basic aspect of the language. Meanwhile, for EFL, English as a foreign language, yeah, learners, yeah, they have so many problems. It's not only about the confidence from the performance, from the outer performance, but also they have the problems of the language structure, or language aspects. Okay, because for EFL, how many aspects they have to really prepare. Number one, for example, for the vocabulary, okay, vocabulary. They have to really memorize vocabulary. They have to understand the pattern, the grammar, right? The tenses. They have to learn a lot about the pronunciation. They have to really search optimally the appropriate word to be convey. Meanwhile, for the ESL learners, they are like what Violanda Ajeng mentioned just now, that they use the language in daily activities so that they will not get a very big problems in delivering or in sharing their ideas. They just probably even they are missing it just a very small problems, but how the way they can really sharpen, or how the way they present the best performance, right, from the outer, not from the inside or the aspect, the problem from the language aspects. They will not has as big as EFL learners. Do you get my points?
Aduh.
Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Yeah, let's try to analyze from this introduction, right? In the introduction, see, it start from, yeah, can you back to the previous? Yeah, okay. Right here. Take a look from the first paragraph. In time of globalization, English has appeared to be a universal language to link people from different backgrounds around the world. The main purpose people learn English is to be able to communicate with each other regardless of their first language. Yeah, till here, till the third line, we cannot find the main problem from public speaking or speaking itself. However, the use of English has become an essential need not only for routine life but also for official communication. As English is seen as a strong communicative language and excellent communication skill in English. It's also a crucial factor when it comes to the crucial for a job application. Yeah, it is just a general statement to link the ideas of the writers from as the opening. But if you are as a writer, it will be much better for you if you begin the writing with the problems of speech. Yeah, the problem of delivering speech. Yeah, here they just mention, they just wrote in the general the position of communication. The position of communication means that how dangerous if someone does not really master or does not really able to make a good communication. Meanwhile, what actually really need to write here is about actually what the main problems are speaking. Yeah, here the speakers, the writer try to jump up sedikit melompat ya. Coba perhatikan tulisannya. Through the learning of public speaking skills, it would be beneficial for students as they will be able to brush up on their personal and social interaction, academic improvement, and most importantly on their career benefits. Nah, sampai di sini, we cannot find the main problem faced by the learners. So it will be much better if in the opening you will write what is actually the main background yang melatar belakangi apa sih masalah yang mau diangkat. Jadi tidak usah terlalu general di sini. Apa masalahnya? Dia hanya menyampaikan bahwasannya secara umum. Kemudian dia cerita apa lagi? Di sini ternyata yang disampaikan di awal tadi, coba back Wika ke awal yang tadi ada tulisan introduction-nya. Wika. Ngajar kan? Ya, itu kan ada Abdullah 1, 2 kan. Abdullah 1, 2. Berarti di situ tulisan itu merupakan quotes, kutipan. Kutipan dari si Abdullah halaman 1 sampai halaman 2. Enak kali kayaknya itu Ajeng ya. Makan apa Ajeng? Jangan lupa minum ya Ajeng, nanti tersedak.
Iya, Mem, kan nggak apa-apa, Ajeng lapar.
Nggak apa-apa, boleh. Yang penting sehat, ya kan? Biar masih tetap semangat belajar.
Rika jangan dakal tangannya ya.
Udah.
Mem, lanjut.
Coba dilihat. Ya udah sambil makan, sambil menyimak. Coba dilihat. Nah, itu dia menyampaikan apa yang di awal. Dia menguatkan dengan teori di situ. Teori dari siapa? Si Abdullah. Abdullah bilang bahasa Inggris sebagai komunikasi yang kuat. Oke. Meanwhile, actually, yeah, wait for a while. I need to sign a letter.
Ya, Mem, nggak apa-apa, Mem.
Ya, it's okay. Aku nggak ada di sini kan, Kak. Aku ini enggak kan, Kak. Aku cuma di belakang aja kan. Ini aja kan. Ini ikut kakak titip Mako. Pulang kakak, Kak, sholat dulu.
Golongan tinggi jabatan banyak Eco 1 dulu pertanian golongan 4C tapi disuruh 3A tapi dia tidak utama tapi kalau di pemerintahan sestinya
Nah, it can be some learning for you to remind you that next time when you are having a writing, try to make sure that you write, try to narrow the content, be specific. Jadi cobalah untuk dikaitkan tulisan itu untuk lebih spesifik. Kalau tadi tentang speaking, ya lebih spesifik saja supaya lebih jelas. Jadi kalau di sini it seems that it's touching about the general statement like in time of globalization, English has appeared to be a universal language to link people from different backgrounds around the world. I think it's quite general. So next time when you are writing a research, you have to analyze this, whether the background specific or not. A better writing, a writer should really display a writing by stating a specific one. Yeah, specific. What is actually the role of speaking? What is actually anxiety? Why the students can get anxiety? So what is actually the main problem if the anxiety come up, and what is the solution should be solved? Something like that. Okay. So the main problem, back again. Vika, can you go to the next slide, please? Vika. Yeah, this is 2.1 public speaking program. It is the program that offer as a solution. Jadi ini solusinya. Jadi nanti bisa dicatat. Oh, sebuah penelitian tahun berapa ini, Wika? Wika, tahun berapa ini jurnalnya? Mana tahunnya?
2014.
2014. Berarti 6
11.
tahun mundur ya. Ya, yang bagus itu yang semakin relevan 5 years ya, 5 years. Usahakan 5 tahun. Jadi kalau kalian berarti tahun depan kan. Berarti kalau tahun depan upayakan cari nanti jurnal yang 2016. Tahun 2016 paling sedikit. Gitu. Masih kuat Ajeng? Ya, ini berarti tentang apanya? Tentang implementasi teorinya seperti apa? 2.1. Selanjutnya apa lagi yang ada? Wika. 2.2 ada tentang apa? Problem face during public speaking. Nah, ini dicatat ya, catat yang lain, catat. Nah, problem face during public speaking berarti permasalahan dalam penerapannya. Nah, ini bisa menjadi catatan. Nanti minggu depan yang lain presentasi seperti yang Miss jelaskan ini ya. Mana dia bagian kendalanya. Problem face during public speaking. Nih, problem face during public speaking berarti masalah yang dihadapi selama penerapan public speaking. Berarti ini seharusnya tadi public speaking-nya di sini kalau kita sudah menginterpretasikan judul ya, try to take a look in the title. Tadi judulnya kan sudah kita coba untuk interpretasikan. Judulnya itu public speaking di sini sebagai program, sebuah program yang menjadi apa dia? Solusi. Jadi temanya di sini bukan permasalahan public speaking, tapi tentang permasalahan speaking secara general yang bisa diselesaikan melalui program public speaking. Bisa dipahami sampai di sini? Ya. Nah, jadi ini ya, insya Allahnya kok kayak gitu kali di apa aja. Nah, jadi
Iya, insya Allah.
iya, oke. Sudah mantap itu. Lagi kurang sehat pun masih mau belajar. Jadi public speaking di sini sebagai solusi. Jadi bukan dia main problemnya ya, tapi problem face during public speaking maknanya di sini adalah kendala atau masalah yang dihadapi selama penerapan public speaking. But back again you need to really remember bahwa di sini public speaking sebagai solusi. Jadi bedakan ya, jangan gagal fokus, jangan nanti kamu membaca mengira, oh ini masalahnya. Ketika dilihat jurnal, ketika saya tanya, apa masalah yang dihadapi oleh penulis, masalah yang diangkat oleh penulis yang mau diselesaikan apa? Nah, ini kan yang tadi masalah yang mau diangkat adalah speech anxiety, ya kan? Speech anxiety. Jadi ini lihat kan permasalahannya in Hindu study yang paragraf kedua. The participant who are adult college student were given a 3 hours treatment that was consisting of group public speaking activities such as followed by homework. This study shown that with a few sessions of exposure to public speaking tasks, it would be effective to reduce the anxiety level among the students. The study also suggests that exposure therapy itself can be effective to treat social anxiety. In conclusion, students would avoid from public speaking because they believe that after they speak, they will be criticized and humiliated by others. Right? It is according to Hindu. So both of their statement are quotes atau kutipan. Jadi kelemahannya apa? Kelemahan dalam penerapan public speaking bisa disimpulkan di situ tentang waktu. Nah, waktu yang digunakan menjadi sebuah kelemahan untuk menerapkan public speaking dalam memotivasi siswa dalam meningkatkan kualitas speech-nya. Next, Wika. Setelah Miss jelaskan ini, nanti satu persatu beri kesimpulan ya. Speech anxiety among ESL learners. Nah, speech anxiety among ESL learners berarti kecemasan apa saja dalam berbicara di antara ESL learners. Back again, this is ESL learners. This is ESL learners. Jadi nanti kamu bisa mengajukan penelitian lanjut untuk pembuatan artikel ataupun mau skripsi. Kalau di sini ESL, jadi bisa menjadi rujukan. In 2014, they are research how to motivate student ESL learners in solving the problem of speech anxiety. Meanwhile, you can try to propose a title about speech anxiety as well, but it is limited on EFL learners. Jadi perbandingannya seperti itu. Saya bisa meneliti nanti lanjutannya. Kalau kemarin sudah pernah 2014 diteliti ESL learners. ESL learners. Tapi kalau yang perbedaan yang akan saya teliti adalah EFL learners. Apakah public speaking itu betul-betul bisa mensupport speech anxiety? Apakah itu efektif kalau dia bisa memotivasi atau tidak? Kalau dia di EFL, kalau bahasa Inggrisnya sebagai bahasa asing. Karena penelitian yang mengatakan itu efektif, itu adalah penelitian yang menempatkan bahasa Inggris sebagai bahasa kedua, second language. Nah, ini motivation. Nah, kalau nanti di penelitian ini semua yang tadi sudah dijelaskan seperti tentang speech anxiety, terus apalagi tadi motivation, public speaking itu di bab 2 ya, bagian teori. Nah, ini motivasi, cerita motivasinya saja, berarti ini masih terkait dengan review literature atau kajian pustaka. Kalau bahasa Indonesia kajian pustaka. Jadi penelitian itu basicnya ya, walaupun nanti template tampilan jurnal itu berbeda-beda, basicnya ada 5. Ini supaya paham dari awal ya, ada 5. Bab 1 itu adalah latar belakang dan masalah, ya kan, background. Bab 2 itu adalah tentang review of literature, ya, atau kajian pustaka. Jadi dia teori-teori apa saja yang mendukung tentang topik penelitian kita itu. Bab 3 itu tentang methodology of research. Jadi bagaimana pengambilan datanya, bisa menyimpulkan bahwa misalkan public speaking ini sangat berpengaruh dan efektif dalam memotivasi siswa untuk menyelesaikan permasalahan speech anxiety. Dari mana buktinya? Bagaimana cara mengambilnya? Itulah di bagian bab 3 methodology of research. Kemudian yang keempat itu research finding. Jadi hasil temuan yang sudah dicari di bab 3 tadi prosesnya, hasil temuan di bab 4 itu hasilnya diceritakan seperti apa. Oh, kondisinya seperti ini, diterapkan siswanya dengan public speaking. Tadi kan ada kan latihan 3 jam setiap hari, seperti dibuat tugas rumah, ya PR segala macam sehingga bisa meningkatkan speech-nya. Nah, itu bisa dikatakan finding of research bab 4. Kemudian bab 5 itu conclusion, kesimpulan dari keseluruhan teori itu, apa masalah efektif bisa diselesaikan dan apa seharusnya kelanjutan daripada penelitian itu di bab 5. Nah, beda jurnal itu beda tampilannya. Nah, yang perlu nanti dianalisis ketika mereview jurnal, jadi misalkan antara Wika, Ajeng, dan Eki misalkan punya jurnal yang sama-sama temanya tentang speech anxiety. Tema ya, ingat bedakan tema dengan judul. Temanya sama-sama tentang speech anxiety. Bagaimana ketampilannya di jurnal Eki seperti apa, di jurnal Ajeng seperti apa, di jurnal Wika seperti apa. Apakah di awal sudah menjelaskan secara detail permasalahan yang diangkat, apakah metodologinya sesuai, apakah kutipan yang diambil sebagai reference, ya, sebagai referensi, sebagai pustaka, data pustakanya itu terupdate atau tidak, apakah antara judul dan isi itu nyambung atau tidak, having a correlation or not, seperti itu. Ya, coba lanjutkan lagi, Wika. Wika.
Ini, Ma'am.
Ya, lanjutkan. Ini masih bab 2 itu. Tentang bab 2. Kajian pustaka atau review of literature. Sudah. Communicative approach. Lanjut. Ada lagi? Ini masih bab 2 juga tentang teori. Nah, ini baru theoretical frameworks. Theoretical frameworks. Ya. Jadi arah penelitiannya itu pengolahannya sebetulnya seperti apa? Itu disebut theoretical frameworks. Seperti ini. To increase students' internal favorable attitude and desire, berarti itu terkait dengan motivasi. Kalau to overcome student anxiety, berarti kemampuan speech-nya. Ya, PSAT, ya cognitive theory. Baru masuk kepada public speaking program. Jadi arah penelitiannya itu seperti apa, itu masukkan ke dalam theoretical framework. Kemudian di situ nggak ada metodologinya ya. Coba lihat Wika. Ada kualitatif? Nggak ada. Nah, itu bisa menjadi sebuah temuan ketika kalian mereview jurnal. Oh, di bagian artikel ini tidak ada metodologi penelitiannya. Itu Wika, dicatat ketika membuat CJR, Critical Journal Review. Gitu. Sudah jelas ya semua. Mudah-mudahan bermanfaat ya. Pelan-pelan lah dipahami. Mungkin karena masih awal ya. It's too a little bit strange for you and a little bit hard to understand how to analyze a journal. But believe it or not, by trying and do the best effort of yours, you will get a brighter view, a brighter point of view. Jadi akan memiliki cara pandang yang berbeda dengan bertambahnya ilmu. Semua berproses. Namanya ilmu itu tidak ada yang langsung caplok, langsung paham dan langsung mudah. Semua proses, namanya masih baru, pasti dia akan sedikit kebingungan, itu normal. Ya kan, kalau masih sakit ya tidak apa-apa, berarti presentasi konsentrasinya ya dikurangi begitu. Ya bersyukur aja. Artinya begini, ketika kamu lagi sakit kemudian harus belajar, seberapa kamu bisa walaupun nggak maksimal, itu disyukuri. Oh alhamdulillah, walaupun lemahnya badanku kayak gini masih bisa aku belajar walaupun nggak maksimal. Itu bersyukur, berterima kasih sama tubuhmu. Berterima kasihnya kenapa? Oh tubuhku masih bisa semangat optimal meskipun kondisinya sangat lemah itu. Jadi hidupnya bahagia. Begitu ya. Insya Allah ini sudah dapat penambahan ya. Jadi public speaking-nya ini sebagai sebuah program. Kayaknya kemarin tuh udah dijelaskan juga kan di pertemuan sebelumnya secara umum saja. Jadi dia public speaking dalam bentuk program untuk menyelesaikan sebuah permasalahan dalam speech anxiety, kecemasan dalam berbicara. Nah, dia kaitannya yang dikaji di situ, tadi lihat di bagian bab 2. Bab 2 itu berbentuk dalam review literature. Review literature berarti teori-teori apa saja yang disentuh. Dari judulnya tadi lihat ada yang disentuh mengenai apa? Pertama tentang public speaking. Tadi penulisnya di introduction menceritakan tentang bahasa Inggris secara umum. Tapi itu tidak ditulis pun tidak apa-apa, tidak terlalu krusial. Yang terpenting harus menyentuh public speaking, menyentuh tentang speech, tentang speaking anxiety. Di situ tadi juga umum ya, diceritakan lagi tentang communication skills, kemampuan berbicara. Ingat ya, ini pahami betul-betul bahwasanya masukan daripada temuan ini communicative skills itu tadi juga bisa menjadi garis bawah bagi kalian semua bahwa di communicative skills berarti dia sudah kemampuan berkomunikasi. Ingat, speaking dan komunikasi itu beda ya. Speaking dan komunikasi berbeda. Orang semua bisa speaking tapi belum tentu bisa komunikasi. Paham bedanya kan? Itu sebabnya ada mata kuliah atau pelajaran conversation, ada speaking. Kalau speaking mungkin, for example, when I'm using English, I just able to say something to you without doing the interaction. I say what I really want to say. As long as in English, people will assume or will conclude that I am speaking English. Berarti saya sudah mampu berbicara bahasa Inggris ketika saya mengeluarkan kata-kata secara terus-menerus dengan bahasa Inggris, itu sudah dikategorikan speaking. But it doesn't mean that speaking ability will be similar or it is same as communication skills. Jadi kalau di ESL itu sudah menyentuhnya ke bagian communication. Tapi kalau masih di EFL, English as a Foreign Language, dia belum lagi menyentuh bagian membangun komunikasi, permasalahan berkomunikasi dalam bahasa Inggris. Karena kalau di EFL menyusun kosakatanya saja untuk speaking secara basic itu masih sulit, memilih vocabulary-nya saja sulit, pronunciation-nya sulit, konon lagi membangun komunikasi yang baik. Jadi tadi di bab 2-nya itu sudah ada communication skill. Artinya kenapa Miss menyampaikan seperti ini? Supaya nanti ketika kalian mengajukan penelitian itu dari topik kalian, oh tentang apa ya yang harus aku kembangkan? Begitu. Kalau ini tadi kan berarti dia ESL, berarti menyentuh second language itu, second language learners apa masalahnya? Kalau kalian nanti foreign language learners apa masalahnya? Bisa dibandingkan, itu nanti di kajian pustaka di bab 2. Apa yang harus diceritakan? Ceritakan tentang speaking, ceritakan tentang teori komunikasi, ceritakan juga tentang motivasi. Jadi ada beberapa hal yang diskusikan di sini. Motivasinya dikaji, permasalahan anxiety-nya. Berarti bisa disimpulkan bahwa dari jurnal ini permasalahan pada speaking, speech anxiety, kurangnya motivasi. Sehingga motivasi itu really need to be supported by having a program of public speaking. Mudah-mudahan bisa dimengerti untuk semua yang hadir hari ini, ya, bisa disyukuri, alhamdulillah. Kalau masih bingung, itu juga alhamdulillah. Kalau bingung berarti otak kalian sudah mulai berproses untuk memahami. Oke, everybody? Ya. Clear ya? Sudah ya? Ya. Ya, please stop share screen. Wika, we are going to take a picture together for today's meeting. Yeah, everybody, please switch on your videos, your screen. Switch on your screen, please. I really need to take picture together.
Ma'am, saya nggak bisa, ma'am.
Ya. Ya.
Start videonya dari PJ sampai pegel nggak bisa juga.
Ya, next time try to make it better ya. Try to fix it, Ulan. Oke? Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Ya. Suyanti, ya. Wika, are you fine with that position, Wika? Oke. Okay. Ready, Suyanti, come on. Rahmadia, ini sudah 3 meeting lagi, perbaiki kualitas belajarnya ya. Suyanti, your face cannot be captured. Suyanti, please face the camera. Okay, ready everyone? Where is Ajeng?
Jangan hilang, ma'am.
Okay, ready? 1, 2. Suyanti, kenapa Suyanti merem pas dipoto? Suyanti ini disuruh standby depan kamera, Pu. Ya, ya tengoklah betul ke kamera. Masa kamu merem sendiri? Sampai Dihan dan nutup kamera itu. Sebentar ya, sebentar ya. Dihan nggak bisa tunjukkan wajah sebentar, biar kita take picture together. Ya, for a while ya. 1, 2. Okay, good. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, thank you for today's Terima kasih untuk kesabarannya hari ini yang udah mau ngikuti perkuliahan dengan hati yang ikhlas. Yang sakit semoga cepat sembuh, yang sedih semoga cepat bahagia, yang lagi sempit keuangannya semoga segera lapang, yang sudah pingin cepat tamat semoga segera tamat kuliahnya ya. Tetap semangat, tetap bahagia. See you next meeting. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.
Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.